It's an area or a neighborhood has been self-proclaimed as the center of the universe. There's lots of quirky ideas and shops and vintage shops, but it's great for a walk. You will find a statue of Lenin. You will find a rocket. You will see that troll on the bridge, and lots of different. It's very quirky. You've got another area called Capitol Hill, which I quite like as well. Similar. You've got another place called Ballard, which is another up and coming neighborhood in Seattle. So yes, quite a few places to hit, but it's not difficult to go about in Seattle. As I said, the downtown area. I mean, you can do everything. It's walking distance. I mean, if you like, or you can take a bus, etc., to go to the different neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. But it's very easy to go around. You don't need to hire a car when you're in Seattle. If you want to stay for 3-4 nights, it's best not to have a car and do everything by foot or by taxi, by bus. But then you will definitely need a car, as we mentioned earlier, to go around the state.
I'm going to have to check that troll out as well, the Sasquatch. That's. I think every town and village should have one. The John Guinn Travel Show. Checking it out before you check in on seclosounds.org. As always, when I'm finding out about destinations, I always bring the conversation round to food. We're now going to find out if Washington State has a state dish. If it does, where can we eat it? Where's the best place to get it? So we're going to find out, first of all, if there is a dish which represents Washington State. Regular listeners to the show know that I talk about food a lot. I mean, a figure like mine takes lots of work and dedication. Is there a specific Washington meal? And if there is, where's the best place to have it?
Yeah, again, I had to research this because I didn't think there was one particular dish in Washington State, and they don't. The answer is no. Well, not that I know of, but because it's on the Pacific Ocean, it's a lot on seafood. And because it's a big agricultural state, they've got a lot with fruits, and apple would be the big one, but they've got all sorts of fruits and berries. But the food and wine element is a very good is a very big thing in Washington State. So foods, we've got lots of James Beard Award winners in the Northwest. A little bit like the state has attracted lots of high tech industry names. The Amazon and Microsoft, etc. And Boeing as well, but different industry, but it also attracted lots of chefs. So we do have people like Tom Douglas, which is probably the most famous one. Matt Dillon, Jason Wilson, Maria Hines. So there's quite a few names that have been really, really famous over in the US, and they've called Seattle home. So lots of restaurants to check out. Definitely, places like I like this one, the Walrus and the Carpenter. It's quite a nice name for a restaurant. Or Sitkans Spruce or the Wandering Goose. They've got great names. Makes me want to go there. And then, of course, going with the food theme, we've got all the wines from the Washington wineries available. So it is a bit of a foodie destination. We've got you don't even need to go all the way to the southeastern part of the state if you're looking for wine, because there's a place called Woodinville, which is sort of northeast of Seattle, but not far. It's 30 minutes. You can even get a bus to get up there, which is a bit of a sort of collection of all the best wineries of the state, where they've got tasting rooms, etc. So that's a great addition if you don't have time to do a road trip and explore around the Yakima, Walla Walla sort of area. So yes, no particular dish in Washington State, but lots of restaurants to go to and lots of different breweries as well. They've got lots of beers and ales in the Northwest and in Seattle and around. So yeah.
Well, at least there's plenty of other options, isn't there? There's lots to try. Are there any big events in the state? Anything that they're particularly proud of and that it's a must-see for a tourist?
I would start with one in March, which is a little bit early in the season for the weather. But if you're over in Seattle and around, it's called Taste Washington, and it's all about food and wine in the region. So that's one of the biggest ones we have. After that, we come to June, where there's one called Celebrating Walla Walla Valley Wine, or Valley Wine, which is also at the same time as the Fremont Fair, which is another festival which is quite nice. I think in August, the most famous one for the year is called the Bumbershoot Festival. And at the beginning of the season, in May, we've got the Seattle Sea Fair, which is a celebration of everything sea-related. So sort of, celebrating the beginning of the cruise season. So you've got a parade on the Elliott Bay, on the Puget Sound, lots of different things. And then in October, the beginning of October, you've got the Savor the San Juan Festival, which is another food and wine festival on the islands.
You're listening to the John Guinn Travel Show on seclosounds.org. We've covered loads in this conversation, so I'm sure lots of people are now interested. So what's the best way for the listeners to find out more about Washington State?
Well, you can contact me. That's the thing. I'm sure you'll leave my details.
Yes.
Somewhere on a website, etc. So you can call me, you can email me, but other than that, a couple of websites. You've got visitseattle.org, you've got portseattle.org, and the third one is experiencewa.com. Those three are pretty comprehensive. Visitseattle.org is all about the city, different attractions. It's the tourism bureau. portseattle.org is a little bit more about Seattle and the state of Washington, and also the different cruise options that you have, because it is the biggest port on the West Coast, but it is the home port for all the cruises to Alaska. That's also another big segment of our UK market share. All the visitors that go to Seattle, a lot of them would go to Alaska for a 14-day cruise. So they will experience the city before and after, and they will get hooked, and they would want to come back, which is what we generally find. So yeah, that's another good resort, portseattle.org. And the last one, experiencewa.com, is all about the different regions, all the different places you can explore in Washington State. There are lots of them. So yeah, different reasons to come back to the States.
Well, great, thank you for your time.
Thank you, John.
Well, we've reached the end of another travel show. I hope you enjoyed finding out about Washington State. There's far more to it than I originally thought when I looked into getting Guillaume onto the show. I did this think it was just about twilight, which is cold, wet and foggy, but there's much more to it than that. Guillaume's contact details will be posted at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show, so if you want to find out more, you'll be able to contact him direct. And I'll also list the other websites that he went through a few moments ago. As always, if there is anything you would like to see featured on the show, let me know via facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show, and I'll get somebody on to talk about it. And I hope you can join me next time on the John Guinn Travel Show on setclosesounds.org, where each week I'm checking it out before you check in.
MK Pulse proudly sponsors Seclo Sounds. MK Pulse is Milton Keynes' local magazine, bringing helpful information on food, health, fashion, money, travel, culture, and much more to 66,000 readers every month. Plus news, views, and what's on from around the city. If it's happening in Milton Keynes, it's in MK Pulse, and it's available online at www.mkpulse.co.uk. MK Pulse and Seclo Sounds, the heart and soul of the city.